quick and easy way on how to polish out the piano black finish in between the S550 Mustang taillights. I can't even tell you how many emails I've got from this, and you cannot go in there with a conventional polisher of any kind. You cannot use the Rupes Hybrid Nano. It will not fit because of the clearances, but I have a couple of systems that I use for my metal refinishing business, and I recently came across a inexpensive version of something like that, and I'm going to show it to you today. I'm going to do a quick demonstration on polishing out the black piano finish in between your rear taillights. I'm sure it's driving you crazy if the rest of your car is flawless and you see all of this all gunked up and scratched and hazed. You're going to want to figure out a way to do it. So let's go over to the workbench. I'll show you the tools right now. Alright guys, we're over on my workbench. This is the inexpensive kit that I sourced out on Amazon. It's about 35 bucks. It's a very comprehensive kit like I'll show you here. It gives you various different foam cutting pads. You have wool microfiber type cutting pads. It gives you these cone collets. This is actually what we're going to use to do the taillights. You get different collets here with hook loop backing for also various pads, and you could probably make your own pads to work on this as well if you took larger pads. You get a little bit of a wand. This is very similar to what you would get on a Dremel, except I think it's a little bit better made, and it has a nicer grip, a very simple collet system. So there's two ways you could use this. You could actually screw and lock this into the chuck of a cordless drill or a corded drill and use that as your mechanism, or you could attach this threaded collet like I show you here onto the end with the set screw, and then you could use any kind of a grinder, a polisher, rotary, or whatever. So today we're gonna use my Flex 3-inch rotary as the power source, but you could very easily just use your cordless drill like I show you here. I just want a little bit more RPM. We're also going to be using Sonex Perfect Finish as the cutting agent. We're going to be using the yellow pad because that seems to be what I feel from feeling it seems to be the best. I just wanted to show you something too before we go forward. This system comes with a little case. This case is a little useless. I recommend just picking up these storage containers. I shot a video on that. Go check that out on the channel. Everything from this kit fits into the storage unit, and then this goes into the drawer of one of my toolboxes in the bin. So professionally, when I do metal refinishing, I have a lot of expensive tools. This is one of them, made by a company called Fordham. This was about $450. This is pretty much sold for the architectural world and people in the jewelry industry where they do like real intricate polishing. This gets attached with a special collet to a 1 horsepower buffing motor, and I got various different collets and arbors and stuff to go in here. This is all stainless steel sheeted. It's got sealed ball bearings on both ends. This is a very, very precise tool, but this is not practical, and this is why I never really pulled this out and done a video on it, because not many people, I feel, are going to go out and spend the money on something like this. But I've had this, and this is how I always polished out inside the rear tail lamps of my 2015 Mustang and my 2017 Shelby GT350. So let me get this set up for you. I'm going to show you guys step by step how quick and easy this is, and I highly suggest if this is something that's plaguing you and bothering you, pick up one of these kits. I think it's going to save the day and you're going to really, really like it. So let me get set up and I'll show you guys step by step. Alright guys, before we go forward, I just want to show you guys how I'm going to connect this flexible wand with the collet to my Flex PE-8 3-inch rotary. So you're going to want to lock your spindle with your finger, and then we're going to unscrew the 3-inch backing plate. We're going to screw on the threaded collet that comes in the kit, and you're just going to want to hand tighten that. Then you're just going to take this here like I show you, and let's line up the set screw, and we're just going to lock that in just like that. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure it's snug, otherwise you're going to start slipping. It's going to slip almost like a slipper clutch. And there we go. So we're fully connected. I'm going to hold this in one hand very easily. I'm going to turn it on. We're going to leave it on, and I'm going to select the RPM, and then I'm going to pretty much go in there and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to polish it. So let's get over to the car, and I'm going to show you first step before we get this done. All right, guys, we're over at the car. Before I go further, I wanted to just show you, this is my Rupes Bigfoot Ivory Nano with the long neck. And just to show you, you can't really get in there to do this job even with this tool. And this is a really great tool to have, and I'll be doing a video on this very soon, but it's just not small enough. And in order to really do this, you need a conical type of polishing bonnet attached to a flexible wand. So before we get started, we gotta clay the plastic and get all the contaminants off. Otherwise, we're going to be wasting our time trying to polish this out if there's stuff on there. So we're going to use the autofanatic 007 as a clay lubricant and the Meguiar's medium blue professional cleaning clay. All right, guys, we're back. So I just took a small piece of the blue professional cleaning clay, and we're going to liberally spray the area with the autofanatic 007 gloss enhancer. It works absolutely outstanding for clay bar and preparation work. So you're just going to want to go in there with light pressure. The clay is going to do all the job. And you guys might be able to see that on camera. It picked up a lot of stuff already. And then when you're done, you're always going to want to just feel it with your hands to see if you missed any spots. But this stuff works pretty damn good on the first pass. And we're good to go. So take a little microfiber towel. And don't worry about getting any of the 007 or anything on the bumper, including polishing, because the whole point is we're going to polish out this really hard to access area. Then when you're done, I like to just go over and re-detail the whole back bumper and the whole decklet area. It just makes a lot of sense. Alright guys, we're back. So here we go. This is the yellow conical polishing bonnet, and I just take the Sonax Perfect Finish and I use my fingers and I spread it around just to load up the pad. And I got the PE8 in my left hand. We're going to get it set up now. We're going to start on speed 3. And this is really the only way you're going to get this done. And you go all the way up as well. So you're going to use the tip as well. You're going to load that up with your polish. And right now we're just spreading the product around so we don't get any splatter everywhere. And then once we get the product spread, we're going to ramp up the speed, and that's where it's going to do the cutting action of getting all those microficial scratches out. And you can see the conformity probably in the camera and how well and this polish and this pad is pretty safe, so you're not going to cause an issue burning it. Now we're going to crank it up. We're going to use very moderate to light pressure. You don't want to put too much pressure on polished plastic. It doesn't take much to get it perfect because the plastic is not painted, it's molded with the high gloss finish. And the Sonax Perfect Finish works outstanding on piano black finishes. And I learned that years ago polishing out the interior trim on my Cadillac CTS-V. Alright, so we're done. I'm going to hit it with some more autofanatic 007 to get some of that polish residue off. And now we're just going to just give it the once over. And I can already tell that the microficial scratches that were in the rear tail lamps are gone. So this is probably something that's going to annoy almost a lot of you guys, because I've gotten hundreds of emails asking me what's my technique and how to do it. And like I said, I always tell people I have a professional wand that I connect to one of my polishing motors, and I go in there with a tapered collet. So when I saw this kit on Amazon, I ordered it up and tried it a few times on the other side of the car, and I'm like, you know what, this works really effective. I wanted to shoot a video and introduce you guys to it. So I'm going to get the camera off the tripod and show you guys the finished result. You guys can see in the camera, because I'm looking through the viewfinder, it is flawless. Absolutely flawless all the way through. You can see the reflection. Now also, if you get any scratches on your tail lamps, the plastic can be polished. Just be a little bit creative. You could use some 3M Trizac sanding papers and different compounds and polishes and play around with your speeds. But with plastic, you got to move quick. You cannot go slow. You heat up the substrate, you're going to cause it to melt. This piano black finish is molded into the plastic. This is not painted. The same thing with the rear deck lid panel and also the side mirror caps. Hope you guys got a couple of tips and tricks on how to do this on your S550 Mustang. This applies to anybody that's got a 2015 to a 2019 Mustang. Doesn't matter what trim level you have, this is all the same scenario. And like I said, the black in here becomes very, very difficult to clean and polish, and you cannot do it with a conventional DA or rotary or even the Rupes Hybrid Nano tool. You got to use a flexible shaft with a tapered foam pad and connect it to your power source, whether you want to use a cordless drill or the small mini buffer or even a larger buffer or even a grinder. Now when you're done with your job, just take all your little accessories like I show you here and throw them into one of these storage containers. These things are absolutely great. Pick them up locally at your local container store. That's where I buy them, and that's what I recommend. So now you have the full kit. You put the lid on it. This goes in your drawer, and then you disconnect your collet from your power source, and now this is just going to get wound up and put back into my toolbox. I have a specific drawer that I have multiple tools of this nature, including these very expensive ones that I use for my architectural business. So stay tuned to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys soon. And I'll link this product in the description of the video below, and I think you guys should pick it up. Pick up the Sonax Perfect Finish as well. That works absolutely amazing on piano black plastic, whether it's on the interior or exterior of your car. See you guys soon. Autofanatic at yahoo.com. Visit auto-fanatic.com and hit up the Autofanatic car care line to pick up some new products. We're going to be starting shipping in about 2 weeks.